Treasurer Scott Morrison has signaled a fresh push to get the government's $50 billion package of company tax cuts through the Senate, saying that U.S. President Trump is forcing his hand and that the changing composition of the Senate gives him a chance. Higher than expected company tax receipts helped improve the budget position by $10 billion in the update released on Monday, improving the outlook flat or 2017 to 18 by $5.8 billion. The Trump tax cuts are coming, Mr. Morrison told a Parliament House press conference. Allowing Australian rates to stay high while others fell would kill the goose that laid the golden egg. Australia's Senate has passed only $24 billion of the government's $50 billion package of company tax cuts, cutting the 30% rate for small businesses but not for big ones. President Trump is within days of cutting the US rate to 21%. When you have the United Kingdom going down to 17% and many jurisdictions, even France now going to 25%, we can't leave Australian workers behind, Finance Minister Matthias Cormann told the press conference. The future of job security and the future career prospects and wages growth of Australian workers depend on the Senate passing the government's company tax cut. The government needs the support of 10 crossbench senators. Resignations and disqualifications since the July 2016 election mean that next year 6 of them will be new. Senator Cormann said the $10 billion boost was so big that after this financial year the government would no longer need to borrow to fund day-to-day business. That's a year earlier than anticipated at the time of the budget, he said. It would be the first time since the global financial crisis. The fastest jobs growth in decades meant less was being paid out in New Start and other benefits. Measures taken in the coalition's first budget to slow the growth in welfare payments were bearing fruit. Key measures in the budget update include longer waiting times before newly arrived migrants can access payments, including paid parental leave and family tax benefits. From July 2018, the 2-year waiting period for these payments will be extended to 3. Though some exemptions will apply for vulnerable groups and New Zealand citizens living in Australia. The measures will save $1.2 billion. Savings from the university sector of $2.8 billion have been dumped after being blocked by the Senate. Instead, a series of measures including a freeze on Commonwealth payments to universities will deliver a net saving of $2.1 billion. And $400 million will be saved over 4 years by withholding family tax benefit lump sums from people who have outstanding Social Security debts. In what Victoria's Treasurer Tim Pallas is describing as a slight, the update cuts Victoria's share of infrastructure funding from 10.3% to 9.4%. Victoria has 26% of Australia's population, and 37% of Australia's population growth. The New South Wales's share has climbed from 44.6% to a mammoth 45.5%. The Prime Minister of Sydney has struck again, Mr. Pallas said. He continues to shortchange Victorians, while sending more money to his home state of New South Wales.